Hi, this is Ram Kumar, and this is Essential Bollywood Vocabulary, and we are going to talk about General Urdu Words, session number 10. Yes, we are 10 sessions strong on General Urdu Words. I hope you are enjoying it. So, today we look at some words in Bollywood that are commonly used. The first word is Fauj. Fauj is actually meaning an army. Doesn't necessarily mean infantry, cavalry, or the earthbound thing. So it can involve the entire army. That's the meaning of the word Fauj. And in Hindi they call it Sena. And of course, Fauji is a person of the military, a military man, and that in Hindi it is called Sainik. So Fauj and Fauji in Hindi, Sena and Sainik, or army and army man are the equivalent words. Then we come to a word Jang. A Jang means a war, and in Hindi it is called either a ladai or a yudh. Ladai can be used for very small things. So typically the word Jang is used for a bigger thing, and it need not actually imply going out and fighting en masse. It can be a independent or individual affair also. So Mary Jung was my fight, right? Or my war. It can be even personal. Your Mary Jung. So Jung means war, and in Hindi it means yudh. And Jangi is a person who is a soldier and who is actually a yodha in Hindi. So Jang, Jangi, war, soldier, yudh, and yodha. These are some words. And then we of course talked about the word saza. Saza is the punishment. We covered it before. So there's one type of saza I want to cover, which is saza-e-maut. Saza-e-maut is often used in a lot of Bollywood movies. Hum tumhe saza-e-maut dete hain. So saza-e-maut actually means capital punishment, electric chair or the noose or whatever it is they use if it is not outlawed. It's called capital punishment. And in Hindi, being hanged is called Phansi. And the general concept of saza-e-maut also exists in Hindi. It is called mrityudand, the death punishment, capital punishment. So that is the saza-e-maut, which typically is sought by the prosecution. Usko saza-e-maut dijiye. Give him the ultimate punishment. So let's come back from this courtly words to the word himmat. Himmat is also very important because we're talking about love and war and other things. Himmat actually means courage, and there are a lot of words for himmat in Hindi. Shaurya, dhairya, those are words with regards to himmat. Himmat actually means courage, not just in battle, for everything, right? To do even a simple thing, you need himmat. So you say, "Tumhare mein himmat kitni hai?" Like, I want to achieve something, then they will ask, okay, you can achieve that, but what is your himmat? How much courage do you have? So that is the word himmat. Then we come to some words which are used very ideologically. So there's a word insan. In Hindi they call it manushya, and in the English they call it human. And the word insaniyat, which in Hindi becomes manushyata, and in English it becomes humanity. However, I should note here that humanity, the whole word human being is all invented, right? So it's all invented words or created words or words that specify a certain set of characteristics. Similarly, manushya and manushyata also come from the context of the culture. So insan and insaniyat, although they map to human and humanity, they also carry some notions of duty, and they carry certain notions of culture and how you are supposed to behave and present with others. So that's insaniyat. Everybody knows about people like the Samaritans, right? So they would give people in the desert some water. Right? So that would be called insaniyat. So the act is called insaniyat. The Samaritans need not be insans. That's just insaniyat. So it need not be that insaniyat only comes from an insan. Insaniyat is the act of doing things like an insan, who is supposed to be a good person, doing good things. That's insaniyat. So people will talk about इंसानियत की बातें करो, talk things of use to people. So that's इंसानियत. So slightly different, but yeah, more or less it maps on to how each culture evolved the concept of the ideal human, or what a notion of what a human needs to do for other humans or other species. Okay, so that's a complicated word. You can use it, and then we go to the next word, which is kufi and kufia, right? So kufi and kufia, right? Rolls off the mouth like very good. Kufi and kufia. Kufi means secret, and kufia means secretive, or not something that's public. But it is more than secret. It sometimes is used in the word of spy or spying, and concealed. These words also map to kufi and kufia. So in Hindi they call it jasoos, who is a detective, and jasusi is to actually spy on something, right? So it maps to the word kufi and kufia. So you can put, you can make up a word. I'm going to make up a word right now. I'll say my Khufia Fauj. If you remember, Fauj means army and Khufi means secret. So my secret army is my Khufia Fauj. So I just added a Fauj, which I think is a noun, and Khufia, which is I think an adjective, and then made up Khufia Fauj, right? So there's something called Khufia Police, or the secret police, which everybody knows about from history. I made up Khufia Fauj. So that is Khufia. Now we come to another word called Madadgar. A person who is Madadgar. Again, gar is a Urdu suffix. They add to a word to indicate that a particular person is good at that. So Madadgar, Madad means help, and Madadgar is a person who is helpful. So Madadgar means helpful, and in Hindi you can call it Upkari, a person who likes to do things for others. Upkar karne wala, Upkari person, right? So that's Upkar. And then we come to the word khidmatgar. To do khidmat is to serve, right, in some capacity, to serve people. Everybody is a khidmat. Khidmat karna means you can even do khidmat for a law. You give her a massage or give him a massage. That's doing khidmat. So that's the meaning of word serving, or kaam karna in Hindi, or basically a karmachari, and all those sophisticated words. But khidmat actually means to serve. People used to serve the king, and then they kind of moved everything out. I serve my significant other, I serve society in some way. So khidmat is actually to do serving. So those are some of the words we looked at today in Essential Bollywood Vocabulary General Urdu Word Session 10. This is Ram Kumar. Please press the subscribe and like button, and give your comments on more words that you want, and I will answer to all your suggestions as you make them. Thanks. Have a nice weekend. Bye.